Good morning, dear students of class 8. Welcome to the English online learning class. Today we are going to do part 2 of the lesson Summit Within, which is lesson 5 of your honeydew. So let us quickly recapitulate the first part of the lesson. The Summit Within is a lesson written by Major H.P.S. Ahluwalia. And Major H.P.S. Ahluwalia, he was a member of the first successful Indian expedition to Mount Everest in the year 1965. Now, in this lesson, he is telling how he felt when he was standing in the highest peak of the world, that is Mount Everest. And he is not telling in the story only how he climbed the summit, Mount Everest, but also he is telling us the most difficult task is the climbing of summit within, the peak which is inside you. Now, as he was standing on the summit of Everest, he looked at the world down, the panorama, that is the view of a wide area. Standing on the top of Everest, he could see the world below, wide view of the world below. Now there were many feelings that were coming inside. He was full of emotions, full of feelings. And one of the most strong feelings was humility, humbleness. He was not full of pride, but he felt very humble. He felt full of humility. The physical in me seemed to say, thank God it's all over. Because it requires great strength to climb a mountain peak. And he has climbed Mount Everest. So he was physically very tired. And when he reached the topmost peak of Mount Everest, he said, thank God, now it's over. However, instead of being jubilant, there was a tinge of sadness. Instead of being very happy, definitely he should have been, because he had climbed the Mount Everest, which is not an easy task. But then there was a trace of sadness. He was unhappy. What made him unhappy? Was it because I had already done the ultimate in climbing? Now he is questioning that he was sad because probably he had done the best, the last, the final in climbing. And now there was nothing higher to climb. So all the roads from hereafter is going to go down, because he had achieved the ultimate, the final point of any task. By climbing the summit of Everest, you are overwhelmed by a deep sense of joy and thankfulness. Definitely, you are extremely happy, and you are also thankful to God for being able to happen to achieve this difficult task. You are thankful to all others, everyone, the team who has helped you in achieving this task, because you are not able to achieve anything alone. There is always a group of people, or the blessings of everyone, the support of everyone, which helps you to achieve any task. It's a joy which lasts a lifetime. This joy of climbing Mount Everest is something which You cannot forget. Lifetime you remember this. The experience changes you completely. And this experience of achieving such a big task, it changes you completely. In the beginning only he has said that the most strong emotion when he was standing on the peak was humility. He felt very humble, very small. The man who has been to the mountains is never the same. A person who has been to the mountains, he is not the same. He is a different person altogether. As I look back at life after climbing Everest, I cannot help remarking about the other summit. Now, the writer says that I want to here tell my readers about another summit, and this summit is the summit of the mind, which is within you. No less formidable, no easier to climb. And this summit of mind is difficult to achieve. It is no less formidable than climbing Mount Everest, and it is not easier to climb it. Even when getting down from the summit, once the physical exhaustion had gone, when you are getting down the summit, you are no more, means after you have come over, after getting down from the summit, it takes, say, months to recover from the physical tiredness. So after that tiredness has gone, I started asking myself a question. And this question was, why I climbed Everest. Now, why did climbing Everest take such a hold on me? Now today, climbing Everest has become a thing of past because I have already achieved it. Then I was thinking that as days will pass by, my memories of climbing Mount Everest are going to fade away. I am going to forget all the details of climbing the Mount Everest, the little things. Maybe with passing of days, would my memories fade away? All these thoughts made me question why people climb mountains. Now the answer that he got was people climb mountains because it is there to be climbed and it presents lot of challenges and man likes to take up challenges. And climbing a peak means you should have endurance, persistence and willpower. These are the points. You should be able to stick on. You should be able to take challenges, do difficult tasks, and there should be a lot of determination. And the show of all these qualities, the presence of all these qualities in you, definitely they are very exciting and they help you climb the Mount Everest. Endurance, persistence, and willpower. Then there is one more personal thing which I have. The writer says that I am always attracted to mountains because I think mountains are nature at its best. They are beautiful and at the same time very grand. They put lot of challenges. And I also believe, like many others, mountains are a way of communion with the God. Means you are able to establish in the mountains a kind of bonding, a kind of relationship, close relationship with God. You feel as if you are very near to God and you are communicating with God. Now we stopped here in yesterday's class. Now we'll proceed further. Once again, granted this, the question remains, why Everest? Why did I choose to climb Everest? There were other mountains. Because it is the highest, the mightiest, and has defied many previous attempts. Means many climbers, they have tried to climb Mount Everest, but they were not able to. And they are the highest and the mightiest. It takes the last ounce of energy. Means it requires lot of physical strength. It takes away when you are climbing the mountain, Mount Everest, the last ounce of your energy is taken away. It's a brutal struggle with rock and ice. When you are climbing the Mount Everest, it is a kind of very strong struggle with rock and ice. You are climbing on rock and ice. Once taken up, it cannot be given halfway, even once life is at stake. So once you've decided to climb, you cannot just return halfway, even when your life is in danger. You cannot give up because there are others who are climbing with you. You just cannot return. The passage back is as difficult as the passage onward. He says that going up is difficult, but at the same time, if you decide to go down, it is also difficult. And then when the summit is climbed, there is exhilaration, the joy of having done something, the sense of a battle fought and won. And if you are able to climb, when you climb Mount Everest, there is a feeling of joy. And you feel as if you have done something. It is like you have fought a battle and won it. There is a feeling of victory and happiness. You feel as if you have achieved something, you have won, and you are extremely happy. Glimpsing a peak in the distance. Now, when you are climbing, when you are on way to the climb, you look at the peak, the highest peak of the mountain in the distance. I get transported to another world. I feel as if I'm in a different world. I experience a change within myself. I feel there is a change in myself, which can only be called mystical, very magical, very spiritual experience. By its beauty, aloofness, might, ruggedness, and difficulties encountered on the way, the peak draws me to it. So, definitely, it presents a very beautiful view, and at the same time, you are all alone. Aloofness, there is no crowd. You are all alone. You feel as if you are all alone. Might, it requires lot of strength and lot of challenges, lot of uh, roughness which you face on the way, which you encounter on the way. The peak draws me to it. The peak of Mount Everest, it is as if it is calling me to take up the challenge, to climb as Everest did. It's a challenge that is difficult to resist. So this kind of challenge is difficult to control. And I accepted the challenge of climbing the peak. We'll stop here and we are going to take up part 3 of the lesson tomorrow. In the meantime, you are going to watch the video, write down the points in your notebooks, and if you have any problem, you can post your problems in the WhatsApp group. Thank you. Take care. Have a nice day.